what from your content creation career did you bring to Summer Fridays that influenced the brand? Like what learnings did you bring from one to the other as you transitioned?
So I would say the first thing is when we started Summer Fridays, when we started working on it, it was 2016. So I don't think that Instagram stories were around at this time. But whenever I would get products from a brand, they would want me to post it on my Instagram. And I'm like, I love the product, but maybe the packaging just isn't great. And
Mm-hmm.
so thinking about content creation at this point, we didn't know we were going to launch at Sephora. And so we were like, if we're going to be a D2C brand, if we're ecom only, how do we get people to want to try something just from seeing what it looks like in a picture? And so, in addition to have really amazing formulas that were effective, that actually worked, we wanted to combine that with like great marketing and great packaging. And we found that either products had great packaging and the actual like product was not great, or the product was great and we didn't love the packaging. And so we thought about Instagram and we thought about how will this translate for a picture and how will people want to take a picture and share this product. And so we came up with the idea for the tube for our first three masks. And we loved that because one, it was sustainable, which obviously sustainable is taken off. So in 2016, you have to think like we're ahead of the curve thinking about aluminum packaging this long ago. And so we had sustainable packaging. It was photogenic. And then I remember when we got our first like samples of the packaging, instead of like just looking at it, we took pictures on our iPhone and then we looked at what the picture looked like in a square. And then we were like, make the logo larger, like make the logo bigger. So if you're taking this in a flat lay, you can see Summer Fridays really clearly. And so we thought about it from a content creation standpoint. And then because we knew at the time, like this is the phase of like only pink and white Instagram feeds, like no one was posting every color ever. This is even myself.
Millennial pink.
Millennial pink was like such a thing at the time. It was like Glossier pink, millennial pink was like the thing. And so we were like, let's make it stand out and be really different. And so blue is like, it was like this iconic blue tube that became so recognizable. You couldn't open Instagram without seeing this blue tube for a very long time. And it just really stood out. And then I think that the fact that we thought about Instagram first and social first was really important. And I think because we were influencers, we knew how we would photograph a picture. We knew how we would talk about a product. And so I think that helped us so much in like, the original couple products we have, but then in every product that we have moving forward.
So you mentioned also that, you guys launched with a really small set of products, right? I think just a single product to start. Um, Talk me through the thinking on that because that's not typical for brands. I'm a huge fan of the hero product approach that you took, but talk me through the thinking on that and what led you to it.
So it goes back to being an influencer. And I think being an influencer was the greatest preparation we could have had for starting a brand because as an influencer, you are so many things. And I know you appreciate it, but it's like you're a photographer, you're a videographer, you're an editor, you are a publicist, you're so many things. And one of the
Mm-hmm.
things that we are is someone who receives free product. And we receive product in hopes of sharing this or working with the brand. And as influencers for so many years, we would get these packages and it would be from a new brand or a brand that already exists and it'd be 20 products in a box. And I'm like, I don't even know where to start because there's so much here that
Like which one's good? I don't know.
yeah, so I've never met you. I've never seen your brand before, or maybe I am familiar, but you send me 20 things. I don't even know which one to begin with. So maybe I don't even try anything because I'm like so overwhelmed by just like the sheer option of things. So that's one part of it. Another part is being a new and indie brand. There's only so much to your capacity and your resources are very limited at the very beginning. And so starting with a lower assortment is much better. And so for us, when we started, we said, okay, we know we're overwhelmed as consumers. So let's not overwhelm our new customers and let's launch with this single product. Well, at the time, people weren't really doing this. Like now, some people are, but at the time, it was really like Beauty Blender was like one of the very few brands that like launched with a single SKU.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think it makes it easier than, eventually we did pitch it to Sephora. We went into Sephora. And so it's easier for retailers to just say, okay, I'm going to take a risk on you and just buy into one product versus you're launching with 12 things and I have to buy all of them. So I think it makes it easier as retailers too. But it is high risk and high reward. And it is very risky. And so obviously, I think anyone who's starting a company, if you're coming out with a product, you feel good about it, but you have to feel really good and hope that people like it, because if they don't, until your next product launch, you could have a quarter or a year, however long it might be, with not a lot of sales. And so you have to feel really confident in this, because if it works, it's amazing. If it doesn't work, it's not so great. And so
Yeah.
um it ended up working out for us, and the product took off much faster than we anticipated. Um and we've been really grateful. And so it's just, I think Women's Wear Daily just recently named it like 100 greatest skincare products of all time. And uh, we won a CW award for that one too. And it just seems so crazy that, we got lucky with our first one.
I mean, lucky is a strong word for it, right? You guys are really intentional. And I think what's really cool when you think about the journey and the starting of the brand is you guys just hit on a number of things that were really important, whether it was sustainability, clean, being really focused in the actual products that you released, having really, really solid packaging. Like, it wasn't just one thing, right? It was a bunch of things that you put a lot of effort and time into. Yeah.
Yeah, we really tried to think of everything. And we're obsessed with branding and packaging. We're also obsessed with formulas. And we were like, the product has to be good. Like, the packaging
Hmm.
might reel you in, but like once you try it, you have to really love it. And we want you to hopefully like repurchase it forever and ever. Like, is this going to be your new Dove soap or like Crest toothpaste, where like you're going to buy this forever and ever and ever? It's going to be your favorite holy grail product. And that repurchase rate was really important to us too. And so the formulas have to work. And so we were really critical in with ourselves and through our product development process. And so it's definitely a combination of all things, and you hope for the best with each launch, and that one people really responded to.